Well, everyone's joining in the presentation. I'm going to go ahead and begin. On behalf of West Virginia ACRAO, my name is Taylor Richmond. I'm a past president and executive board member of the organization, and I want to thank everyone for joining us this evening, taking time out of your night to participate in this panel or this presentation. We're excited to have Craig Moore from West Virginia State University on to provide some information about his fantastic institution. I do have just a quick slide to go over some housekeeping things about how the presentation works. Those in attendance, you are going to be muted and your video is going to be off, so Craig can't see or hear you, but you will be able to utilize the Q&A functionality of the presentation. So if you have questions throughout his session, please feel free, and as they come to you, type those to them. Craig will work through them as he can, but that's the best way to get your questions answered. Depending on the number of questions and information that he has and answers that he has, we may run all the way up to our 45 minutes. So if Craig doesn't get to all the answer or all the questions to answer, he will be provided a transcript of those and can reach out individually to those students who attended and those who asked those questions directly. This is a recorded presentation, so if there's anything that you might have missed, want to share, or see again, you'll be able to find that on our website following this presentation within the next week. So again, this is just one of many presentations regarding the things that are provided through the West Virginia ACRAO, which stands for the West Virginia Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Officers. Are hosting this presentation, as well as our partner StriveScan. And again, thank you for joining us. Our other sessions can be found at WVACRAO.org. And once we've reached our conclusion of the presentation, recorded sessions will also be found at WVACRAO.org. Again, thanks again. Craig, I'm turning it over to you, my friend. Enjoy your presentation, and we'll see you at the end of it.
All right, guys, appreciate it, Taylor. As Taylor was saying, my name is Craig Moore Jr. I'm the Associate Director for the Office of Undergraduate Admissions at West Virginia State University. As you can see, I'm here in my wonderful library, COVID-19 bringing you guys a little bit more information. So let's just go ahead and get started. I do have a presentation and also a video for you guys. So let me get this pulled up. All right, guys. So thank you for having West Virginia State University to the ACRAO, WVACRAO Virtual College Exploration. I know that you guys are here to learn a little bit about all the different colleges that West Virginia has to offer. So I appreciate you guys giving me some time to come in and talk about West Virginia State University. So as I said, my name's Craig Moore Jr. I'm the Associate Director. Right here's my contact phone number and my contact email address. And then after the presentation, I'm going to make sure I put all this stuff in here for the chat for you guys. So let's go ahead. Oops. Sorry, guys. Video may not work right now, but if you give me one after the present, there we go. All right, guys, we'll go ahead and get this playing for you. Oh no. Hopefully I didn't mess that up. All right, guys. So real quick, after showing you our university, our campus, I'll go ahead and go into our quick facts. So West Virginia State University, we were originally founded in 1891 as an 1890 land-grant institution. We were also an HBCU, or what that means is we're a historically black college and university, and we're the one of two only HBCUs located in West Virginia. Now, we are 10 miles west of Charleston, our capital city down here. And right now, currently, we have 3,000 students. So what it does for you guys is it's going to give you a 14-to-1 student to teacher ratio. Now, the great thing at West Virginia State University is not only do we have the bachelor's programs, but we also have some master's programs if you guys were wanting to continue on with the education. And of course, our mascot is the yellow jacket. Now, our admissions requirements for you guys being first-time freshmen getting ready to graduate this coming May, you guys would have a $20 application fee. You could go ahead and go, we would need to have a 2.0 cumulative GPA, 18 on the ACT, or a 940 on the SAT. And then we would also require those immunization records. And to be honest, the big thing what we're looking for is going to be the MMR. Now, if you guys want, you're more than welcome to go here, wvstateu.edu/apply now to go ahead and fill out that application. Now, of course, we do have our ACT code 4538 available for you guys, and the SAT code is 5903. We know that many of you guys didn't get to take your junior year ACT, SAT last year, but there is some new test dates available. Registration, if you guys want, I could go ahead and put that in the chat. Now, we do have scholarship options available for you guys here at West Virginia. In West Virginia, we have the WVSU scholarship. Now, that goes all the way up to $3,000. Now, what it would be to qualify for that, you would have to have that 3.0 cumulative GPA, 20 on the ACT, or a 1020 on the SAT. Now, the cool thing is here at West Virginia State is we actually stack scholarships. So if you guys were coming in and you not only got the WVSU scholarship, let's say that you also qualified for the Promise scholarship, and let's say that you guys even qualified for a couple of our foundation scholarships. Cool thing is that we could go ahead and stack that. Now, as far as with the foundation scholarships, we do have those scholarships, and they could be based off of academic need, or academic merit-based, financial need, leadership, extracurricular activities, community service. And the cool thing here is we actually have a scholarship portal that is completely set up to where when you guys are admitted here at West Virginia State, you go on there, figure out what applications that you would need to fill out for the scholarships. Now, instead of filling out multiple scholarship applications, you would fill out one application and it covers every single one that you're applicable for. Now, you're looking here at the full cost of attendance for you guys being residents of West Virginia, right at $22,057. Now, the cool thing is of course, we calculated in your room and board, meal plan, everything is in there. And as West Virginia residents, I'm sure you guys are curious, we do allow you to bring cars on campus as freshmen. I think it's like $250, if that, for your guys' parking pass. But that would get you set up for the entire year. Now, I'm gonna leave this slide up here for a minute. This is the financial aid contact information. Big thing, FAFSA just opened up, 6 days ago. Let me see what day it is. Today's the 12th. Okay, so 2 weeks ago, basically. You guys wanna make sure that you go in there because they're using last year's tax information. And to make sure that West Virginia State University receives that FAFSA, you're wanting to go in and use the code 003826. Now, some of our academic programs that we have here at West Virginia State, with some of our newer ones, we do have the biology, plant and soil science, business administration, agribusiness, and in the economics, we have agriculture. Now, all of these fall under the 1890 land grant scholarships. So the cool thing is if you guys are coming in to major in that, you're also applicable for the 1890 land grant scholarship. Now, some of our most popular majors that we have on state is going to be biology, which as of 3 weeks ago was ranked #3 in the nation for small colleges, business, communications, education, and nursing. Nursing is brand new, and the cool thing with the nursing program, we just received new dummies that basically are going to light up on the body part that's hurt. So if somebody came in and let's say they had a broken arm, that's going to light up, but the dummy will also talk to you and let you know where they're feeling pain. Let's go ahead and get into our different colleges. So at West Virginia State, we do have 4 different colleges. So first off, College of Arts and Humanities. Cool thing here is we actually got the best online program for a bachelor's in writing. Now, some of the degrees that you would be able to pursue in here is going to be art, communications, English, international studies, modern foreign languages, music, and the RBA, or Regents of Bachelors of Arts. If you guys wanted to continue on, as I was saying earlier, with the graduate programs, we do have a Master's of Arts in Media Studies. Now, in the College of Business and Social Sciences, our business program was ranked in the top 15 for being the most innovative. And then the business program has actually been ranked number 3 in the nation for small schools and universities. Now, some of the degree programs that you could pursue in this is going to be business administration, economics, history, political science, psychology, and sociology. And as I stated before, if you decide that you want to continue on with that education and get a graduate degree, we also have the Masters of Public Administration. Now, over to our College of Natural Sciences and Mathematics. As I was stating, we did receive a ranking of number 3 in the nation for small colleges in biology. But some other programs that you could actually pursue is going to be the chemistry, engineering, mathematics and computer science, and physics. And of course, we do have a grad program, the Master of Science in Computer Science. And lastly, the College of Professional Studies. Now, some of the degree programs that you could pursue in here is going to be criminal justice, which West Virginia State University actually has the oldest criminal justice program in the entire state of West Virginia. We also have education, health science, nursing, social work, and sports studies. And if you were wanting to continue on and get the graduate degree in that, we have the Master of Education and Instructional Leadership. Now, some questions that you guys may be asking yourself is like, what can I do on campus? What's some things to get involved in? Cool thing is we do have over 50 different student organizations available on campus. Excuse me. Those range all the way from honor societies, religious, political groups, and then yes, of course, we do have Greek life. Now, here at West Virginia State, we are an HBCU, so we do have the Divine Nine traditional HBCU Greek life available. We also have strolls, stomp teams, all sorts of stuff like that. And the cool thing here is if we don't have a club or organization that you're interested in, you and 2 other friends would be able to come in and start that, and the state of West Virginia would actually give you funding. Now, we are NCAA D2 in the Mountain East Conference. And as you can see, our men's sports, basketball, football, baseball, tennis, and golf. And for the ladies, we have basketball, volleyball, softball, tennis, cross country, and our newer sport is soccer. Now, the cool thing is our baseball field and softball field both have been renovated this past year. Baseball field, all inside, like infield, the diamond is completely turf, so there's no more dirt. As far as for the softball field, they just got a brand new dirt sand mix that just came in and redid the outfield. We got a brand new athletic center that was built for you guys back in 2014. And of course, they keep getting newer stuff in there. And our basketball stadium, or what we call the Walker Convocation Center, is actually a sponsorship from the NBA. So you guys would be able to go in there, have everything like what an NBA player would experience. We also have our student union. So the cool thing down here in the student union is we have computer labs, study halls, there's fitness center located in there, there's the family care clinic, the game room. We actually have a game room down there that has ping pong and foosball, billiards, and they just renovated that June. The cool thing is they just went in there and added pool tables. Let me see, is there a rumor that there will be an introduction of a men's soccer team? All right, so Daniel, as far as for the men's soccer team, I know the assistant ladies soccer team has, he's down helping at St. Albans, I believe. And what his plan is if he could get the women's soccer team to be full ready to go as of next year, because that's when they'll be able to compete in the Mountain East Conference. Men's is the next step. Now, what we would have to do, the men's sport, it would have to be a club sport for 2 years before it would be able to go into the NCAA. But the way things are looking, if everything can happen, the assistant coach, like I was saying, that is the plan within the next 2 years. Let me get back into this. If you guys got any other questions, go ahead and let me know in here, and I'll answer them as I can. Oops, sorry, guys. So as I was stating about the student union, we have what we call the fishbowl. So the fishbowl is a completely glass area to where anybody can go in and do groups, organizations, things such as that. does W? Now, Natalie, we are West Virginia State University, not WU. As far as interior design, we do not have an interior design program, but something that you could do is go in the sense of doing a art major with a business management minor is what I would recommend. But as far as interior design, I'm a straight up honest guy. We do not have a full interior design program. Fitness center was newly renovated. Oh yes, big thing, because of COVID-19, we have our family care clinic, but the good thing is we have that available for our students now to be able to come in and do COVID-19 tests that are right there on the spot that we would be able to have a result in within 24 hours, I believe. Now, some of you guys may be asking yourselves, what is there to eat when I'm on State's campus? So we do have our regular style, buffet style dining hall, Goldston's Dining Hall. I know many of you guys will be excited. We got pizza every day, brick oven. You can go in there, get that. We have a soup of the day, salad bar, different entree for lunch and dinner all the time. There's a grill like burgers, what would it be? Chicken fingers, chicken tenders, all sorts of good stuff there. We do have Austin's Grill food truck. Now that normally comes by in the warmer months. You could go out there, get some food. Shoot, we just had Panera on campus 2 weeks ago that was giving out food. BRB, Be Right Burger. It's a nice little burger joint that we actually have attached in the Union. You could go up there if you guys were wanting to get burgers, subs, comes with fries. You get your drink, and Chopped and Wrapped, which is going to be a little bit healthier version. Salads, you could get the old school wraps, like if you were wanting to get a Greek salad wrap or Euro almost. And then something I know everybody's going to be excited about, William Picard's Cafe. It's a Starbucks coffee, basically. Located in Keith Hall. You can see it right here in the back of this picture behind the students. Now, the cool thing with that is open until 11 p.m. I believe it's 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. But if you guys are needing a little pick-me-up to go get you ready to study, need some energy in the morning, of course, we got you set up there. So, as I was talking about Keith, so right there in the picture, you can see Judge Damon J. Keith Scholars Hall. We do have 2 residence halls here on State's campus. Going to be Dawson Hall and Judge Damon J. Keith Scholars Hall. Now, you're going to have more of traditional style living units in Dawson Hall. The cool thing is we have study halls available in all of them, game rooms, free laundry, which is a big perk for you guys. And then we also have cable and internet hookups. Now, I do want to be upfront with you guys. Since COVID-19 has happened, Keith, excuse me, Keith Hall is traditionally set up as a, So Keith Hall is set up as a suite style residence hall. Of course, you would have to maintain that 3.0 to stay in there. But the cool thing is everybody has their own individual room. On that door, you have a keypad that locks it. It could be whatever code you want, but nobody else would have access to that room. Now, you would have the capability to room with 2 or up to 3 other people. So 4 total people into the suites. Those suites have a common area that's almost like the living room, and then each side of that has a restroom. Since COVID-19 has happened, we have transitioned those to being from 4 people to only doubles. So there's only allowed to be doubles in there. Each person is at the farthest side, and they will each have their own residence hall. Now, as far as Dawson Hall, that, like I said, that's going to be more of your traditional style living. So in there, you're traditionally going to be with 1 other person, going to have your beds, wardrobe, desks. Because of COVID-19, we have gone into those being only singles, so no more doubles are allowed in there. Now, what I can tell you as far as with COVID-19 and checks, we go in, you guys would have to come to 4 designated areas, the Union, Wallace Hall, Farrell Hall or A building, administration building, and then also Hamlin Hall. Each of those places has a check-in. You would have to come in, have a temperature reading, give them your first name, last name, and a contact phone number, and then you guys get a handy dandy sticker. No, the sticker, you go ahead and put that on there. It says that you're clear. But anytime you go into another building, you would have to have that sticker to make sure that you're clear. So that is West Virginia State's way of trying to prevent the spread. So, you know, things have been going pretty good for us. And we have gone into what we call our hybrid style classes. So we do have options to be fully online. We also have options available because some students we know don't do too well online. So we have that available for them to come in campus. But if somebody was wanting to come in on a Monday and miss Wednesday, Friday, they would have that capability because every single class is recorded. Now back to the housing and residence life. If you guys are wanting to apply for housing, I highly recommend that you be an admitted student first, because it is a $20 or $200 non-refundable deposit. You would have to submit your application, and any student who lives within 50-mile radius of West Virginia State University would be exempt from having to live on campus. Now, if you guys want, right there, reslife at wvstateu.edu is going to be the best way to get in contact with one of them. Now, some support that we offer on West Virginia State's campus. We do have our Retention and Student Success Center. Now, down here, excuse me, guys. Sorry, it's a little hot. You know, trains coming by. Make sure you can't overhear. But here in the Retention and Student Success Center, we do have our Center for Academic Engagement, Learning Enrichment Center, Achieve at State, tutoring services, smart thinking online tutoring, supplemental instruction, and success coaching. Now, what I want to touch base on real quick is going to be the Achieve at State. Now, Achieve is a program that each one of us administrators have access to. So say if somebody came to me and they were one of my work study students and they were struggling with chemistry, for instance, what I could do is I could actually go in there and flag that, and it would be notified over to the chemistry professor, letting them know, hey, something's going on, this student needs help. Vice versa, if that professor goes in there and notices for me that this student hasn't turned in an official transcript and they need that to get them registered, they could send that over and be flagged, and it would also come over to me. We have changed the way that we've done tutoring. So, you know, like I was saying, with COVID-19, we did have traditional tutoring, but now because of that, we do have our online tutoring as well. Some other support that we offer here is going to be our counseling and accessibility services. So we have academic accommodation and disability testing through them. We also have, mental health services, peer education, collegiate recovery, and Yellow Jackets on the Move. Now, real quick, the Yellow Jackets on the Move, what I'm a big fan about this, because my degree is in exercise science, is that each building has a little green footpad, basically, that when you walk into it, it tells you exactly how many steps it is to any other building on campus. So walking into Wilson Union, you walk in there, you look down, and it's going to say, hey, it's 1,538 steps to Farrell. So if you guys wanted to come see me, you know you're going to be close to that 1,500 step mark. But the cool thing is especially when you're coming to college, you want to be able to stay active. And with that, that's a good way to do that. Some other services is going to be our career services and cooperative education. So in here we have the career and academic goal planning, develop professional skills, and promote lifelong career management. Some of the great items or features that we offer out of the career services is going to be work study, standardized testing, whether it's CLEP, DSST, or ACT residual, SIGI 3, and internships. Now, the cool thing is with the SIGI 3 is it's almost going to be equivalent to taking a career test. It doesn't tell you what you need to be doing, but what it tells you is based off of your standardized tests, these are career options that are going to be most beneficial for you. So what we like to do every new student orientation, we like to take our first-time freshmen and put them in that just to see how they test out, but also to give them a little pointer and say, hey, you know, this is what you were thinking. Maybe this might be a better career path for you, but it's just giving them those options. Now, the cool thing, we also have our internships. So as far as for internships, I mean, shoot, you guys could do anything. We got it set up to where you guys can come and intern with me. If you're wanting to go along the administrative higher education side, you know, we're a half a mile away from the State Police Academy. So with us having criminal justice, many of our criminal justice, especially law enforcement and investigation, will go up and do internships with them. But the cool thing is along with that, we also have the internships set up far away from campus. So if you were coming in and wanting to go and do something business administration or maybe political science, we'll say, and you're from Upshur County, we may end up being able to get you with somebody from there. Now, as far as for work study, we do offer work study on campus. There's a bunch of different work study available. If you want to work in the dining hall, you want to come and work with us. But Miss Sandy Maharaj, who's in charge of that, the Director of Career Services, even posts jobs that are from local to the area. Now, some Yellow Jacket pride. So many of you have seen Hidden Figures. If you have not, go watch it after this. Katherine Johnson, she's one of our greatest alum, came to West Virginia State University at the age of 14 from Green Sulphur Springs, actually double majored in French and mathematics and graduated by the time she was 19 years old. With that, her going into mathematics, she went on and started a career with NASA. She was the one who came up with the trajectory of them being able to land on the moon. Because of Katherine Johnson, we actually have a Katherine Johnson scholarship for those students, female, who are wanting to go in and study STEM. But a cool feature that we have here for those students who are wanting to do STEM is what we call research rookies. Now, research rookies takes you guys as freshmen and sophomores and will team you up with upperclassmen and professors, teachers. You will be able to do scholarly research that is going to be put in actual academic articles, which is very big. And you will be able to be on the forefront of learning more. Even better, you're going to be getting paid. Now, as I was mentioning, Katherine Johnson with NASA, we actually have a partnership with NASA now where they're going in, they're taking a satellite, wrapping it in almost double-sided tape, it's orbiting around the Earth and collecting dust. Some of that dust is going to be able to come to us for studying, and then some of the other dust is going to go over to NASA. So the cool thing, West Virginia State is actually on the forefront of studying more about outer space. All right. So had a question about criminal justice as far as what jobs would be available. In reality, it would really kind of depend on which concentration you're wanting to do. So we do have law and like law studies. So if somebody was want to go in and be a lawyer, we have that set up. We also have law enforcement. So if somebody was wanting to go be a police officer, we have investigation, and then we even have corrections. So the cool thing is if somebody was wanting to do, okay. FBI, if you're wanting to go in with the FBI, something that I would definitely recommend is going to be investigation. But I would also probably go and do a minor in psychology. That's going to be probably very beneficial in you in that sense, unless you're wanting to go along the lines of cybersecurity. Now, cybersecurity is another thing that has been becoming very popular. And then even cooler, I know some of you guys are into like CSI or shoot, I don't remember what the other one is. I know you guys will know. But if you were wanting to go more into the investigation side, we actually have a forensic investigation program that is ready to go. So, you know, there's all sorts of options. But as I was saying, if you were wanting to go into FBI, criminal justice and psychology are probably going to be the top two that I would recommend. And then as far as criminal justice, investigation would probably be the best. Back over here to the Yellow Jacket Pride. Earl Lloyd, great WVSU alumni. He was the first African-American to be playing in the NBA. Cool thing is we actually asked a question a couple weeks ago. We were on a fair. Student came out and let us know that Earl Lloyd went on to play for the NBA Syracuse team and won a NBA championship with them. Now, Tuskegee Airmen, many of you may know of the African-Americans who created the flight crew, not a flight crew, they were a flight battalion basically that went into World War II. So on their way down to Tuskegee, Alabama, West Virginia State University actually had an airfield here. So on their way down, they would stop here and come and train with West Virginia State University. Speaking of that, West Virginia State Yellow Jacket Battalion, we do have our ROTC, so if anybody was wanting to come and do that, the cool thing is you could do 2 years without any commitment. But if you want to stick with it, you would be able to come out commissioned as an officer. With the commission, we have commissioned over 900 different officers into the U.S. Army. We have a Congressional Medal of Honor recipient, 15 generals, and over 100 different lieutenant colonels. So we do have a big pride in our ROTC program at state. And the cool thing is you guys would even be able to do a minor in military science if that's something that you were wanting to study. Here we go. All right, so real quick, here's some statues. We do have the statue of Katherine Johnson. That was actually put up 2 years ago, I believe. Very cool. I actually got to meet Katherine Johnson, rest her soul, before. Very nice lady. And then Earl Lloyd, we do have the Earl Lloyd, the big cat statue. So if you guys ever been down to the Walker Convocation Center, you can see just how large that statue is. So being so close to Charleston, like I said, we're about 10 miles west of there. Different things that we have available for you guys downtown. We do have the Town Center Mall. So if you're wanting to go shopping, get involved in anything like that, we got you set up there. Let me jump. All right, if you give me a minute, I'll go ahead and answer you back. Charleston's live on the levee and festival. Now, the cool thing is we do have live music down here in Charleston. Basically goes all summer. There's art walk, all sorts of different stuff down there. But if that's your guys' thing, if you're really into that, definitely recommend coming down. I mean, they have a car show, they have a street food show, all sorts of stuff throughout the summer. So that's awesome to have very close to campus. We also have the Appalachian Power Park, affiliate for the Pittsburgh Pirates. So if you guys are from Charleston, you know. But the cool thing is you could come down here. I think it's like $5. Go in and watch a baseball game. We do have the Capital Market. So for you who are wanting to purchase or try out some West Virginia food or buy some goods from West Virginia, we do have that. But it's a year-round flea market that's right here in Charleston. Shawnee Park, public access. It's right next door to us. I mean, like, you could throw a rock from my office and be there. But they got a walking trail, and then they just refurbished it 2 years ago. And what they put in was, I think there's like 8 or 12 different athletic sports fields out there. And then, of course, we do have the Charleston Clay Center for Fine Arts and Sciences. If you guys are wanting to get involved in any plays, any science shows, anything like that, of course, you could get involved down there. Please follow us, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at WVSU Admissions. That way you guys can get updated about all the information of what's going on. Giveaways, we do have some challenges, stuff like that. So make sure to follow us. And then lastly, our contact information. You know, I'll go ahead, like I said, once I'm done with this presentation, I'll go ahead and type my stuff in the chat for everybody. But if you have any questions, by all means, please go ahead and reach out to us there. That we'll get back into here. I see that there was a question. All right. What degrees would you recommend for occupation? All right, so occupation and social work. The great thing is at West Virginia State, we do have a social work program. And you could tell, like here in West Virginia, so we do have an issue where a lot of grandparents are raising their grandparents are raising their grandchildren. So what West Virginia State University wants to do is we want to try to help fix that or kind of find out what the root of the problem is going on. So part of our social work is they're actually going out and they're doing studies, taking information, trying to find out more about that. But we want to be on the forefront of helping going on with this because we know that some students are not succeeding or doing well the way that they want. So West Virginia State University wants to find out. Now, as far as social work, it depends on really what you're wanting to go into. If you're wanting to go more of the aspect of working with DHHR, of course, they're going to be able to take you and put you in that. Cool thing with West Virginia State, we are a smaller institution, so each one of our programs are kind of, I don't want to say customizable, but they're very customizable. You know, if you were wanting to come in and your social work, you were wanting to go work for DHHR, but you were wanting to be more of a child outreach or something with that, they would be able to take the classes, especially getting into your junior and senior year, starting to do your internships and point you in that direction. So that is pretty much it for my presentation. Let's go ahead and open it up for questions and see if we would be able to do anything for you guys.
All right, Craig, thanks so much for that presentation. As Craig said, the Q&A is still operational, still up. If you could think of anything that you would like to ask Craig, feel free and shoot those into the Q&A box, and we'll definitely address those. Craig, I'm just going to throw some questions at you that I've heard from some other panels Perfect. That I've been on. So let's say I'm a high school junior and or a senior looking to come to West Virginia State. When I graduate high school, what should I be doing right now to best prepare to start with state?
The biggest thing for my seniors, what I always tell them is don't get that senioritis. You know, you want to go ahead and try to get that WVSU scholarship, you guys being here in West Virginia. I mean, that's $3,000. I can tell you we are ranked number 3, I believe, in the nation for most affordable for small colleges. So make sure you're staying up on your studies. For your juniors, definitely go in and you want to start filling out and doing your not FAFSAs. You want to do your ACT, SATs. It's going to be available for you guys. You know, if you're coming in and you're a junior and you're already taking classes like dual enrollment through us, and then you could go ahead and get that ACT, SAT set up. Let's say you go in there and you end up hitting a 24 on that. Of course, you could go back and take more, but that 24, you're going to qualify for that WVSU scholarship, because if you got that 24, more than likely you're going to have above that 3.0. And a cool feature with West Virginia State, we actually have a loyalty program called My State, or My Rate, My State. Students who come to West Virginia State and take any dual enrollment through us, you would have to take and pass 2 classes, but you pass that, we're going to freeze your tuition for 4 years. I mean, so for you juniors and seniors who are thinking about college, you know, I could tell you tuition normally goes up about a 10% increase per year. So you're wanting to save some money. I mean, shoot, we could save you up to $12,000 over your entire career of being in college.
All right, great. Thank you, Craig. What about visiting? Are you guys open visits right now? Virtual visits? What can I be doing right now if I want to see more of State's campus?
So as of right now, we are going to be completely closed. That should be up until the spring semester. Of course, we've gone a little extreme with the way that we're doing our COVID testing and making sure. Just last week, they announced what's today, the 12th. So today, as of today, what we're going to attempt to do is do a 10% testing of the entire campus every week up until spring semester. So that should be roughly 200 people per week. To minimize the contact, though, we have limited visits on campus. What I can do, what we've been sharing is that video, but we also do have a Facebook Live video that I could probably get for you guys that will be able to show a tour.
Very good. Well, sir, those were two of the big ones that I wanted to highlight and make sure we had an extra chance to answer.
Let me cut you off, because I know somebody's going to ask me, because I get asked all the time, are you guys test optional? So as of right now, West Virginia State University is still requiring that test. We did go test optional as far as going into this fall semester. But ACT and SAT, as of 2 weeks ago, have released new dates. So what I've been doing is trying to get that information out for my students as much as possible. Now, of course, things are ever changing because we're in COVID-19 world. So I can't promise what will happen in the future, but as of right now, we are still requiring that.
Very good. Very good. Yeah, that's definitely something that I forgot to ask as well, because it has been a question today. So thank you for highlighting that. Okay, is there anything else that
well, looks like another Q. How much would tuition be for a criminal justice degree? So as far as for a criminal justice degree, you're going to be looking, the cost is going to be right around the same. Now, as far as tuition, for you guys, you're looking right under $8,000. It's going to be $7,912. But like I was saying, if anybody was taking those loyalty programs, make sure that you're taking the dual enrollment program. You want to make sure you let your professor or your teacher, guidance counselor know that, so that they could let us know, because we want to ensure that we freeze that tuition for you.
All right. Very good, sir. All right. I'm going to just take on the screen here just quickly. And again, on behalf of West Virginia ACRAO, Craig, I want to thank you for your time again, sir, for a fantastic presentation, full of information, and appreciate your time in explaining all the great things that State has to offer its students. When I close this window, those attendees will be asked to participate in a quick survey, just a few questions to help us improve for future sessions. And again, this is just one of many sessions that West Virginia ACRAO is providing to you over the next several weeks. So if you have some specific questions, maybe about another institution, about aspects of applying for college, financial aid, whatever it may be, please check out our session lists. Sign up for as many as you can attend. The more questions you get answered now, the less or the more prepared you'll be when it actually comes time to step foot on your chosen campus. Again, this presentation has been recorded. It will be available on our website after the close of this presentation within a week. And that site is WVACRAO.org. Again, you'll find all of our additional sessions and pre-recorded sessions again at westvirginiaacrao.org, WVACRAO.org. Thanks again for joining us this evening. Have a great night, and we'll hopefully see you soon.
Hey, thank you, guys. You guys have a great evening. Appreciate it, Taylor.
Mm-hmm.